Hey guys, what's up? We are back with another video today, and today we are doing my Boston College Notre Dame preview and prediction. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Help me reach a 600 subscriber mark that I'm trying to reach before the end of December. Help me hit that goal. Like this video down below if you enjoy it. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below as always. I know I've been gone a lot this year, but with school and being a senior and all of that, there's just a lot going on, and I do not have as much time as I used to make videos, but I am going to try, especially this upcoming spring as we get into draft season. Those are kind of my big one of my big three areas. So we're going to try to get more of that content coming out, but with these Notre Dame games, with Boston College, with Southern Cal, and with whoever Notre Dame plays in the bowl game, I will try to get out predictions. If we want to do a podcast, or we're going to be doing a podcast for College Football Roundup coming out sometime this week, so just make sure that you put that down below. The link will be there. Check out my website, but let's get started with today's video. So to start off with, we're going to start with Notre Dame. Notre Dame is now 7-3 with losses to Marshall, Stanford, and Ohio State. I know they're out of order, but whatever. But Notre Dame also has some pretty impressive wins on the resume against Clemson, against Syracuse, BYU, and against North Carolina. Though those losses of Marshall and Stanford do ring very true, and are really what is stopping the Irish from a possible playoff berth if you just win those two games and your only loss is to Ohio State. But this is a Notre Dame team that has shown that they will continue to be inconsistent, especially against big-time opponents and opponents that don't mean that much. And this is a first-year head coach in MarcusFreeman that has shown us that he is a first-year head coach, and there's no doubt about that. He has made some mistakes. He seems to have not had his team ready for the Marshall game and the Stanford game. Had a struggle against Cal, had a struggle against Navy last week. But we'll see where we continue to go with this. Notre Dame has had a lot of ups and downs this season. But on the other hand, for Boston College, Jeff Hafley and the boys, well, they have not had a very up and down season. It's been mostly down. Boston College has been 3-7 this year, just getting their third win of the season last week against North Carolina State. That game was actually on the road, making it probably the most impressive win all season. They've played better with Emmett. I think it's Moorhead at quarterback is his name. But the interesting news is Phil Jurkovec may or may not play. As far as I know, I am recording this on Monday at 8:50. So it's kind of unknown on whether Phil Jurkovec will play or whether he won't play. But the news is looking more towards he will play as he comes back to Notre Dame for the first time in his career. He has played the Irish since he transferred away, but the first time at Notre Dame Stadium, his first time actually starting at Notre Dame Stadium, this time as a Boston College Eagle rather than a Notre Dame Irish. Fighting Irish, whatever. Point being is this is a team that has struggled offensively with Jurkovec in and has not looked good. The defense hasn't been fantastic, but it hasn't been bad. The offensive line has been just awful this season for Boston College. You have a lot of injuries there. You have a lot of problems. Jeff Hafley is just not having a good year, and if he continues this, could be on the hot seat come next year. So that is something to look at. Here's the thing. I think that this is a game, pulling out all the stuff from the past, it should be a game Notre Dame wins easily, but it also is a game that Notre Dame has struggled with this season with teams that have, well, let's just say, have been a little bit not so good. Marshall and Stanford are two of the worst teams on Notre Dame's schedule and probably the two worst teams on Notre Dame's schedule. Maybe Boston College is worse, but that's the part that concerns me, is that Notre Dame has played bad teams this year and has played bad when they've played bad teams. So expect Notre Dame. They need to get off to a hot start. That is key number one. Get off to a hot start and stay that way. Don't let Boston College back into this game like you did with Navy, don't start off the game slow like you did against Stanford and Marshall, and make sure that you are able to close out the game and to run all 4 quarters throughout the game to be able to continue to move the ball and to be able to stop it, whether you're on offense or defense, respectively. You need to be able to do that. Key number 2, you need to be able to run the ball, run it consistently, run it. This is a team in Notre Dame that their offensive line is dominant, with Audric Estime pretty much getting rid of any doubts of turning the ball over or stuff like that. I don't really have those concerns that I did during the season, prior in the season, with the fumble against Stanford and the fumble against North Carolina. I don't see as many issues there. So with him getting that, I expect the workload to continue to be mostly between Diggs and Estime. This is a team that continues to build up a lot of that. I think that Chris Tyree is going to probably be used more as the gadget back, maybe a little bit of slot for him. I'm very interested to see how Tommy Rees plays this, but my biggest thing is that if you're Notre Dame, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal the entire game. I don't care if it's 59-0. Just continue to keep it on the gas pedal, because this is a team that they were up 35-13 against Navy. Didn't score a single point in the second half and let Navy back in at 32-25 by the time the game was over. That is not acceptable, even though there were times where Notre Dame slowed them down and stopped them. That's just not acceptable. It's not. Rule number 3, don't make stupid plays. Don't have busted coverages. Don't turn the ball over. Get turnovers. Don't make stupid mistakes. Don't have a bunch of flags. Don't do it where you continue to mess up yourself. That is not something that I want to see here. This is something that I think is going to be critical for Notre Dame. Just get a win, get out of there. I will be happy with a win and move on with our season. Move on to Southern Cal, a team that I think is very beatable, and a team that if you beat them could launch us into a New Year's Six Bowl and a Redemption Bowl for a person like MarcusFreeman. So as I continue to wrap up here, this is a game that Notre Dame should win and should win easily, but it's a game in which Notre Dame has constantly proven this year that they cannot win easily, that they may win, they may lose, and it's not going to be pretty. I want Notre Dame to go full throttle. I don't care if you run the ball on every single play. I don't need Drew Pine passing the ball. You are good enough to straight up run the ball against them and just continue to do that. This should not be a hard defensive performance. Phil Jurkovec has struggled all season. They only put up 3 points. 3 points to UConn. 3. So this is not an incredibly good offense. This is a team that gave up 43 to Wake, that gave up 38 to Duke. This is a team that gives up points as well. This is a Notre Dame team that should be able to have no issues with moving the ball and stopping the Eagles' offense. This is a team that should get it done, but hasn't in the past, and that's the part I'm concerned about. But my final score prediction will be 35-21. Notre Dame gets the win over the Eagles. Thank you guys for sticking with me, and I'm sorry that I've been really in and out this season, but again, I've had a lot going on, and I hope to bring a lot more content starting soon. As always, make sure to hit the 2 videos down below and hit the subscribe button up here, and have a great day. Bye, guys.